Hello everybody. Again, we have the good fortune to connecting with Vajrapani. So this is very fortunate because Vajrapani means all the power of all enlightened beings combined together is Vajrapani. But if we are individually pure enough, sincere enough, then we had this connection opportunity. Probably we would say the most realistically best opportunity. Why? I will tell you, continue the reasons today and the next few days. However, first, I would like to explain what is the Buddha Dharma, how differ than other spiritual systems, a little bit, very little, the essence. And also, within the Buddhist Dharma also have differences. I introduce a very little bit because perhaps there's many new people attended, so then these people may confuse. So very important. Everyone can take some essence. Everybody can grab something, hanging on something, not lost. So therefore, first I describe this a bit, and then I explain the Vajrapani. Okay? Non-spiritual people and the spiritual people should have common sense, common ground, but at the same time, you cannot connect each other 100%. That's for sure. So that means that part not bothering each other is better. That's one thing. Because we have common ground, we share the common ground. So if you can be peaceful and harmonious at that part, that's good enough. The other part is everyone's limitation. So you cannot judge each other, so just live there. Then second, we have to understand the different spiritual systems is not one is wrong, the other one is right. It is not the one is inferior, the other one superior. It is the suitability of the beings. Different beings have suitability. And also different moments or different levels of suitability. That we have to understand first. Then, okay, what is different than the Buddhism and then the other systems? If you want to know that very briefly, the main big difference is Buddhist understanding is the world creator is our self, not somebody else. Our life and future is created by ourself, not somebody else. That's through our body, speech, actions, activities. Not this lifetime only, but many lifetimes, activities, and the propensities. Whenever is ready to rise with right conditions. So then we share many things, and many things we don't share. Because individuals, the mental activity, basically mainly is my mind activity create, not so much body. Body and speech just only servant, not the boss. Just worker, not the in charge. So that is different. The other difference we have to consider is, that means in our future, everything is in our hands. Your future is your hands, my future is my hands. Not God, not Buddha, nobody, not you. They can only help you, but is yourself. That's it, or simple. Just same as horse cannot pushing them drink, you can provide water and grass, but you can't let them eat. Same thing, Buddha or anybody can help you, provide right conditions, but we have to do ourselves. So that's it. Another thing we have to consideration is the very important, the view. You have view, and then you have, based on your view, you make path, and then your path can judge by your conduct. Like that. So then first, the view, the most important view is have to be flexible. It's not like, if it's not white, then it must be black, blue, red, yellow, not exist. You cannot think that way. You have to understand everything are different, depend who you perceive in. Something, let's say grass, for some insects, for them is maybe shelter, maybe trees, big trees. But for horse is food, but for human, something else is not food, is not shelter. So that's why everything you experience depend who you are and where you at. If you understand this, a lot of the essence of the Buddhism. Okay? Therefore, Buddhism also, there's many levels of Buddhism. Depend how much you can take, how profound you can go. If you are not ready to the profound path, then it's challenging. It's better to take the simple one. Just like if you are not qualified to drive, better to take bicycle. But if you're not even that qualified, better to walk. Even bicycle very dangerous. So like that. Then you can't say, oh, bicycle is very bad. You can't say car is bad, aeroplane is bad, it's dangerous. How dangerous depend our own capacity. Yes, it is dangerous if we don't have the capacity to handle it. If you understand this in Buddhism, then a lot of answered. Many things are answered. Many confusions can be taken away. Always try to remember that. But usually, people don't do that. Even Buddhists, they always have their own idea of Buddhism, and not fit in that, then they're judged. Or they confuse, or judge and say, oh, this is wrong or right, So that's we have to remember. Why? Because Buddhism explains many different aspects. For somebody cannot drive, somebody force you drive, of course dangerous. Easily kill you. So like that. That's I'm telling you for new people, but sometimes even old Dharma students need to remind. Because if we're too busy in the samsara, too many distractions, then even you a long time Dharma student, but you just learned what a figment of Buddhism, but then you always didn't know the essence. So then very easily lost. But what I'm telling you now, if you always remember this, that helps you a lot. Always remember who I am, where I'm at, how much fit in me, this stuff. Or this stuff, I don't understand, I just, no judge, just live there. Or this stuff, I understand, so I follow. Maybe the same thing, I can drive, but I know the bicycle. I take the bicycle. I don't say car is terrible, killer. I don't say that. But I also not try to risk. So you just take the bicycle. And one day maybe I'm ready to drive a car. Until then, I take in bicycle. But you don't think, oh, car is terrible, car is murder, car kills people. Don't think that way. If you do this, this is not right. Car is not designed for kill. But many people have that kind of judgmental, remember? That judgmental makes yourself a negative and affect negatively. So that's important. So that's I explain, for instance, in Buddhism, we have a patimokshal path. Patimokshal path means individual liberation. Responsible, the path is designed for who take the responsible individual liberation. Yeah? So that means I take this path so I can liberate myself. Not sentient beings, not others. Others is not my responsibility. But I have to be responsible myself to liberate myself. That is called patimokshal path. Patimokshal path means that's Sanskrit word. So what do you have to do? No harm anybody still. Never harm anybody, because it's simple, because I don't want, nobody want to receive any harmful, harming. Nobody want to receive harming. So you just take that same, the others, and not just human beings, but or any other sentient being, you just put your own shoes. Simple. And then how you liberate yourself? Not enough. You have to be kind to other people as much as you can. But limited, okay? It's not limitless. As much as you can. No harm, but also try to be kind and helpful as much as you can. That makes yourself liberate. Not just that, but based on that, then you have to, of course, practice discipline, ethical discipline, and be generous, and many things, of course. And very concentrated, focus, learn wisdom, of course, many. But based on that is, we call patimokshal path. That's another name you say, a common Buddhist path. Common means everybody can share. Everybody have to have that base. Everybody have to have that base, fundamental. So then if you want to take something superior than this, then you have a bodhisattva path. So bodhisattva is Sanskrit word, but means like fearless compassion, you can say, simple way. You want to take fearless compassion path, which means attitude is, oh, I take care of myself, that's not good enough. For instance, this samsara is suffering. Everybody don't know how to liberate themselves. For instance, if my family and me are stuck in a danger and a fire or something, if I leave my family and just escape myself, it's not good enough. I have to save my family. Similarly, all sentient beings don't know how to liberate. But I want to take that responsibility for all sentient beings. Okay, all means innumerable. You see, if you take that attitude, that then is superior. Not only just superior, but is fearless. Fear means many things, and based on fear. Many times we cannot do it because we have fear. Oh, yes, I can help maybe 5 people, but not 10. Oh, no. No means fear. Oh, I can't. Can't means fear, right? But all sentient beings, some ways you can think that's unrealistic, idealistic, okay? You can think that. But in this moment, in this part, it's not important realistic or not realistic. Why? Because we don't have measure for that. Why? Because when we say realistic and no realistic is our some more logic, only that, intellectual some more logic. But sentient beings innumerable, limitless, and the fearlessness means innumerable, limitless. You cannot limit idea, cannot judge limitless attitude. So just either you have that automatically, you have that mindset, that's incredible fortunate because means even many lifetimes you must be done. But even you're not automatic, but you like that idea, to become fearless, then you can take that path as aspiration. First aspiration, and then you become. Based on that, and then do other things, is bodhisattva path. So you can option the first one or this one. If your brain cannot stand this one, it stands like fake. The other one is more realistic. Okay, you take that one, no problem. It's nothing wrong. But if go lower than this, then we have trouble. But life has become source of trouble, source of suffering, not just source of this life, but endless suffering. So that's why. At least you have to take the first one. And then if you think, it's a little bit, I left my family in danger and I escaping kind of this, if you feel guilty, how to say, you feel not good enough, then you have to think this was bodhisattva path. Okay? Or you can say Mahayana path. Maha means great path. great path. Okay. But then there is something higher than that. And everybody love it, always high. Oh, I want the high one. I want the best one. That's human nature, huh? Then we have to say, yes, still your choices, but you have to make, are you really ready for this? Huh? Yes or no? If it's no, then you ought. I'm joking. I think my approach is not ought, I think better. Because some people's idea is, oh, you are not suitable, you are out. For instance, this statue, you cannot see it. If you're not ready, we cover. And only you can see when you are ready. Okay? But we decide show, everybody. Why? Firstly, you cannot really hide because nowadays, internet, everything is everywhere. Secondly, better to try to understand and learn better than, how do you say, treat you like ignorance, and then you also want to stay in ignorant path. That is not very respect each other and oneself. So better to try explain as possible and then try to understand as possible in non-judgmental way. Not judge quickly, not jumping to the conclusion. This is my approach. So, let's say, Vajrayana path. Vajra means indestructible. Indestructible path. Some people, usually we say Tantra path. Some say Vajrayana path, but it's just similar. A different expression. So, this path based on bodhisattva path, not without bodhisattva path. Because many tantras, they go without bodhicitta. So that's why no success. Never, ever success. Yes, temporary benefits, yes, but long-term limitless, not possible. Why? Because you have to start a limitless attitude and aspiration. Otherwise, no possible result, a limitless. So that's why, based on bodhisattva path, bodhicitta mind, that's fearlessness, compassion. Want to liberate sentient beings, number one priority. Number one priority, okay? My number one priority, liberate sentient beings. I don't care how many there are. Because sentient beings innumerable, time is innumerable, everything innumerable, and so why we make limited? Or temporarily, yes, my physical capacity, my mental, is kind of limit. But why we want to stay in this limit? Why you don't never want to grow? So anybody think, oh, I never want to grow, I'm just 2 years old and then I don't want to grow? Nobody. Everyone want to grow when we are a child. Any of you didn't want to grow? One person? Anyone? I don't think so. When we are a child, really want to grow, isn't it? Especially the adult people bully you. So, So Vajrayana, what does mean? Means direct path. Direct path. What direct means? When we are got bicycle, car, train, we have to go like this, yeah? On the road, you can go only on the road. There's no road you can't go, or whatever road is bent, you have to go this way, everything, right? But if you fly, you don't care where the road, just, yourself fly. The same thing, because this space, there's no obstacle, you just fly. Same thing. Vajrayana path means if you are ready, you have to be ready. Remember, to fly is not easy, yeah? But if you are ready to fly, and then it's easier. So the same thing, if you are ready to Vajrayana, then is direct path. Why is direct path? Okay, now I explain you. Why is direct path? Are you ready? Because the all other paths say, you have so much anger, you have so much desire, all no good, you have to abandon. Remember? You have to get rid of the anger, jealous, desire, everything you have to get rid of. Otherwise, no possible enlightened, no possible liberating, no possible. Liberate means you have to get rid of all of them. No more jealous, no more angry, no more resentment, no more fear, no more everything. So that is take a very long time. Incredible effort. And long term, that's why I say this path say, take enlightenment is 3 countless eons. Countless means 60 zeros. Not innumerable, okay? The name is just called countless, but it's 60 zero. 60 zero 3 times eons. Fully become a Buddha. It seems realistic, isn't it? Because you have to get rid of your all anger, desire, everything, even the propensity, never rise again. Yeah? Never rise again. There's no potential to rise again. Then you have to become omniscient, which means everything, past, present, future, or innumerable phenomena, you just know same time. 1 second, you know at the same time. So that of course takes that long. Sounds like. It sounds makes sense. Sound. So Vajrayana path, why is direct? Vajrayana path says, no, you don't need get rid of any of this. Any of this. Say, no, these 5, you call 5 persons are 5 Buddha families. They are not 5 persons. 5 Buddha families is an eternal, a permanent, true, absolute nature. How can you get rid of this? That's what Vajrayana said. Then, again, people confuse. Okay? Why people confuse? Because some people think, My anger, Vaja Sarva. My jealousy, okay, Ranna Sambhava. Okay, then I can jealous as much as I can. I can anger, desire, okay, and then you just become nothing. Become same as before. People misunderstand this way, some people. And then some people think that's not possible. That doesn't make sense, That doesn't make sense whatsoever. Yeah, that's also not understanding. Some people think, that means is absolute truth. Yes, absolute truth. This person little bit understanding. That means that's absolute truth level. But I am in the relative now, so I can't do anything. I again can't do much because, that's absolute truth, but in this reality, I'm just a human being. One day I'm very upset and angry, jealousy, So people don't understand that way. So what I want everybody to know, you have to try this way. Yes, we're talking about all five Buddha families, and these four elements, a whole universe, a Buddhist category is just four elements, or sometimes say five, doesn't matter. This made. These also are there. Femininity, divine femininity. Okay? So, all our perceptions, and then the object, subject, the masculine, feminine, divine. Okay? That's we're talking about absolute truth. Okay? Absolute truth. Because remember, Buddhism, from the beginning I say Buddhism have many aspects. So minimum you have to understand two truth. So absolute truth and relative truth. If this truth compare, the only truth is absolute truth. Relative truth is not truth at all. You can say not even exist. But for compare and ourself, then we have to say truth. Because truth, for us, make very big differences. There is object of jealousy, there is object of desire, makes differences for us. Even make very differences, little food, drink, sleep, bad road, good car, everything makes differences. So this is truth for us. Little money, have no money, makes differences. All of them is truth, temporary truth. That's why you can say relative truth. But when we practice Vajrayana, unfortunately we have to start relative truth, right? Not everybody in truth, absolute truth. Not everybody realize absolute truth. So you have to start from our existence, the relative truth. So then how we do, which means how we do anger, jealousy, all our emotion problems, not just only emotion, but the propensity of emotion, the propensity of fear, the propensity of annoying, ignorancy, the propensity of jealousy. All of them, how we deal with them. So my suggestion was, as long as you are Vajrayana path, if you're interested in, then you always have to remember the absolute truth. The Buddha family, everything, that is the real truth. The real truth is within ourselves, not somewhere else. Not elsewhere, it's within ourselves. Okay, then, what about how we deal the temporary anger, temporary jealousy, how we deal with? Now you consider it like a car, machine, dangerous machine. You can say dangerous car, dangerous aeroplane, dangerous gun. They are dangerous because if you don't know how to control them, instead the car controls you, you cannot control the car, then only dangerous, right? Same thing, the anger controls you, then is dangerous. But if you can control the anger, no problem. Anger becomes useful. The desire controls you, and then taking you extremes. These extremes, greedy, miserliness, many things causes, then bring many problems. But if you can control the desire wherever you want to go, however you want to use, then it's no problem like car. Wherever I want to go, machine, however I want to use, no more, not dangerous anymore. It's incredibly helpful. That way you have to start. But always remember why it becomes so useful, because the absolute truth is the Buddha nature. Our Buddha nature means you have to always, not elsewhere, our own truth. Oh, I can't feel my own truth yet. Believe it first. If you can't feel, can't understand, just believe it. You go believe for a while, then you feel it. You go a while, and then you feel it. Everything goes this way. Everything works that way. First, when you don't know, you have to be optimistic and believe, trust. Okay? No trust, pessimistic, have no good result. Always have to believe. If you have something capacity more than believe, then you can do it. But when we don't have, just believe. Be positive. And go positive direction. Doesn't matter how long the destiny, where is the destiny, how long take, what is so many things on the path, don't care. Just take a direction. And exercise. How many times do you fail? Don't care. Of course I fail when I learn. Think of that way. So then you have chance, Vajrayana path. Okay? This is essence only, okay? Not details. Details you have to learn. First you have to understand the essence, and then you have to learn the details. But usually people fail because they don't understand the essence. They only learn the figment of Tantra. Okay? Then they think, this should be work. No. The most priority is your own mind, your own attitude, your own this optimistic. Okay? So we have to start from there and connect in the absolute truth yourself. We have to go that way. Okay, now I want to tell you what is Vajrapani. We're going to have empowerment tomorrow. What that mean? Don't think Vajrapani is only, we have this picture, only this. Don't think that way. Remember, Buddhism is something profound and many, many aspects. Depend who you are and where you are at. Remember? So that's why. The fundamental level, Vajrapani means the power of all enlightened beings combination. Another word to say, innumerable enlightened beings the power is manifest called Vajrapani. Okay? So some people think, oh, why Buddhists have so many, or some people question, how many Buddhas have Buddhist? Just like a Hindu, how many gods Hindu has? Huh? And we believe only one God, right? But Hindu have so many gods. Buddhist also confusing. Too many gods, too many Buddhas. The good answer is innumerable. How many Buddhas? Innumerable. Even sentient beings innumerable. Why not Buddhas innumerable? Okay? But you have to say the historical Buddha is only one. As manifest as human being in India and live this his Buddhism is only one. Okay? But reality innumerable. So the innumerable Buddha's power manifest is Vajrapani. You can think any shape. Don't fix one shape. Okay? Anything possible. Whatever you had some experience and some visions and dreams, you can think, oh, that must be Vajrapani. You can think that, no problem. Be optimistic, remember? And then another knowing Vajrapani, we call so the lower, how do you say, the lower fundamental Buddhism, when Buddha passed away, there's called Buddhist councils, which means they correct in Buddhism. Why? Because anything, religion or anything, original one sometimes changes, and somebody know very well, they have to correct, they have counsel, and so that's why there is a few councils and well known. They are human beings, okay? But Vajrayana, the consult or Buddha handed down is Vajrapani. Okay? That's why there's called a name of treasure of Tantrayana. Who the treasury is a Vajrapani. Okay? That is Vajrapani level. Okay, then how manifest differently? There's Vajrapani, peaceful, blue color, and usually stand up this left side Amitabha. Okay, that's we call him Tachintop. Okay, that's one. Another manifests differently. Dharma kin of Shambhala. Okay, Shambhala is a pure realm, and Dharma kin means don't think worldly kin, hunger of power, selfish. Don't think that way. His meaning is only cares everybody taken enlightened, providing that path, controlling that path, governing that path. That's called Shambhala Dharmakin, Suchantra. So that picture is this side. Have a big one, that side. They look like kin. Okay? So that's, he is the first Kalachakra, king of Tantra, received from Buddha, and he is the holder of first lineage. That's also Vajrapani's manifestation. So why important for us to have Vajrapani empowerment today, tomorrow, is this time because of that. Because we had this Kalachakra statue, something very, very special in the world, probably only one. And one many ways, conditions count, maybe this one were more special. This story we maybe can tell later. And this here, many years, tried very hard. So, now continue with dedicating for the Kalachakra path. Why Kalachakra path? Because Kalachakra Tantra has a vision to transform our earth, transform our humanity. So that's what is the most important. But who is the first time receive this teaching is Suchantra and Vajrapani, manifestation of Vajrapani. So that's why. Okay? The other important reason, because the most pursued root Lama, he is well-known manifestation of Vajrapani. Okay, there is many Lamas known manifestation of Vajrapani. However, my Lama is Vajrapani is something not just people believe, but is kind of like proven Vajrapani, okay? So therefore, I am not good as my Lama, but still I have the sincere, authentic connection, empowerment from him many times, and I have the permission, encouragement to do this. So therefore, I serve my duty, but the most important is my Lama's connection is real Vajrapani. If I tell this little bit story, of course, what you can say many ways. One way, like the people kind of like the more high believe, he himself is Vajrapani. People see this way. The other way you can see, I don't know, he is Vajrapani, but he definitely have incredible connection to Vajrapani. That's it for sure. People can think that way as well. Why? I tell you the story. My Lama, he was early 30. He got leprosy. That time and that place, no cure. Okay, you remember Tibet, a remote area, no science, zero science. So there's no cure, leprosy. So everybody in that area When you have leprosy, you just go away from the family. That's it. No other answer. So my Lama and human manifestation, okay? Reality, who knows? But the human manifestation, a human beings see with eyes, he got leprosy. No medicine. So he did retreat. He did retreat himself 5 years. Vajrapani retreat. Okay? He practiced Vajrapani retreat 5 years. He know all Dharma, never learned. All of them, Sutra, Tantra, everything, medicine, astrology, everything he never learned. He learned he know. He never need learn. He teach other people whole life. But his sickness completely gone. How's gone? I tell you. When he do the retreat, he has torma. Okay? Torma means he have in front Vajrapani visualization, himself Vajrapani visualization. And during that time, you can light go each other like these things. Or his sickness leave like wombs. Many, many wombs leave from his body and went to the torma and dissolve it inside the torma. Okay? So when we say, oh, leave the body, the wombs. Oh, really? If somebody go there and look at, the second person see the wombs and go to the torma, I don't know. The second person, third person, we don't know what they see. But himself's perception everything went to the torma and dissolved the torma. Okay, dissolved into. Then what happened? Or his knowledge expand like this, or sickness no more. So look his eyebrushes. Leprosy have no eyelash, no eye brush, but he grow double. You look his brush. He grow double. And then we finished his retreat. His Lama visited. His Lama himself said, oh, he tells, then Lama said, oh, this torma is nectar, a cure sick nectar. Okay? Yourself free from sickness. Ever get any sickness ever again. Okay, not only just leprosy. And not only that, he just enlightened basically. He know everything what he never learned. And since then he teach, he did provide medicine, he cured many, many people. Okay? Not only that, but yet really like Vajrapani, incredible, powerful. So what he practiced, the visualization practice is this Vajrapani form, the Tanka we have now, the wrathful one. Korum Jongwo Ndrshit. Okay? A destroyer of demon. Okay? Vajrapani, destroyer of demon. So any demon, any external negative force, internal negative force, everything, no possible. So is that means we all have guarantee become like my Lama? That we don't know. But we have chance. We have chance. So that's why we try. That's the reason. Also other reason, we have here empowerment. As celebration, we many celebration and nearly 30 years work, or the Sanghas, especially Manfred, Barbara, and many other Sangha work, these voluntaries, these few years, working very hard, and we're doing celebration for this. At the right path and right connection for the Shambhala, golden age. So I will explain Shambhala, golden age, distance next time, next week. Next week I explain detail. But this time, brief explaining to transform our humanity. No more war, disease, and environment problem, human fighting, that's our goal. But individually, we want to be powerful. We don't be fragile. So you have the opportunity. That's what I'm trying to do. I also work very hard because in Tibet, Lama don't have to do anything, all the monks do. But here we have no monks. So I have to be the Lama and monk, and sometimes student, and sometimes Lama. Sometimes layperson and monk. So that's what I have to do. But that I should do, right? Whatever we need, so that's what I'm trying to do. Did I talk too long? Okay. What time now?
We have 10 minutes more.
10 minutes more. That means 1.5 already.
We started a little bit later, so yeah, not that much.
Okay, 10 minutes while I talk. Okay, so the good thing is the Vajrayana path even is incredible profound. Yeah, not simple, incredible profound. But depend who you are. For some people, can be Vajrayana path is more simple. Why? Because more direct. More direct for some people, more simple. And more connected. But for some people, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That's also possible. So just have to remind yourself who I am, where I am at. Is this right path for me? You feel, oh, not yet, but maybe well. Whatever, you can start now. One condition. The condition is not too much judgmental. Limit ideas, judge limitless. Don't do that. And be optimistic. And relax. Because some people say, oh, maybe I don't know, then I something dangerous. No dangerous. The danger is only we creating, we worry. No need worry things you worry. You should be relaxed things we not relax. And then negative, and then judgmental. In measurement things you try to measure. That's all things I think be careful, and then anybody can start. Some people say, oh, do I need any samayas to follow? If yes, then I don't want. As long as you are sincere, not too selfish, understand a little bit big vision, then Buddha understand your limitation. Even you 100 times break samaya, still Buddha let you repair. Even you 100 times break and repair, is a million times better you never took samaya. That's for guarantee. Just simple example. You have two friends, you have big problem, you need help. One friend never help, never even try. One try many times, but many times fail, but always try. Which one you have more grateful? Which one you think a good person? Huh? Next time you have a big person, which one you give? The person never tried to help you. Do you give? Create that person, or million times try it for you, regardless the capacity. Which one you think consider is a sincere and good person? Huh? Buddha don't know that. Buddha is omniscient, no more than this. So that's why Vajrayana bodhisattva path is a flexible. Huh? Compare that, Patimokkha path is not flexible. That's why if you break Patimokkha root, you cannot repair in this lifetime. But Vajrayana path and bodhisattva path, always you can repair as long as you are sincere. I said, as long as you are sincere, okay? Limitations acceptable. Whoever is sincere, huh? It's not even sincere. That's the problem, huh? Don't have even the good attitude. That's the problem. But limitations acceptable. Everybody has limitation until you are fully enlightened. So think that way. So do you want to get rid of your desire, or you want to work with? Okay? If you want to work with, then go to Tantra. Try Tantra path. If you want to get rid of, then don't go Tantra path. Huh? That's it. Okay?
Thank you very much for this wonderful teaching. So we are going to recite now the dedications from the Jonang tradition. And a short information for those who are online. If you didn't register yet for the empowerment, it's still time for you to register. It's better if you do now than tomorrow. And most important is that you attend the session after the next one, which is the empowerment session. This you can attend only live. So tomorrow, here in Europe, the next session will be at 7 a.m. and we are going to do preliminary practice for preparing for the empowerment. We are going to do Vajrasattva recitation, and then at 11 a.m. Central European time, we have then the empowerment ceremony. Jonang dedications. May the Jonang Dhamma of the omniscient Dhamma King pervading all places and directions, never decline, but instead spreading and flourishing for all time. Through the goodness of the unchanging three Jews and the excellence of the truth of the eternal ultimate, may the activities of the great Lord of the definitive Jonang Dhamma auspiciously spread and flourish. Through the ultimate meaning of the sutras, the gentle middle way, and the ultimate meaning of the Tantras, the Vajrayanas, may we give rise to the essential points of the path that joins the view with meditation. May we completely clarify all gateways to this profound Dhamma. Due to the arrival of the Buddha in this world, the presence of his teachings that clarify like a shining sun, and the flourishing of the authentic lineage holders, may the auspiciousness of the teachings remain for a long time. Om Aha Hum Hum. Completely surrounded by snow mountains, in the middle of a hub of an 8-petal lotus, on top of Mount Kailasha sits the divinely built capital of Shambhala, Kalapa. Between the lakes of Manasarova and white lotuses, in the middle of the Malaya grove, there abides enlightened mandala. In all of the outer petals of the lotus, there are 96 million cities and so forth. Abiding in that sublime realm of mantra are the Dhamma kings and kalkis, the hosts of deities of primordial wisdom, the 96 emanated kings and so forth. To all those worth ones I prostrate and go for refuge. By the power of making effort in these virtues, at the time of death, may I be born amidst the retinue of the Kalki King in glorious Shambhala, and have the opportunity to accomplish the Kalachakra Dhamma. With these virtues, it relies on the profound methods with the power to destroy the collection of adventitious stands, as well as the channels of the life force and downward volume winds, may I quickly attain my Buddha nature, the sublime order of Kalachakra. Whoever I meet, may I never, even for an instant, be influenced by those who still eternal bliss, such as wicked teachers, mistaken spiritual traditions, the messengers of Mara, or negative companions. By the blessings of the authentic victors and thy children, whichever roots of virtue exist in samsara nirvana, and the power of our pure altruistic motivation, may whichever prayers we offer be swiftly accomplished. Always meeting with ever excellence, always free from every fault. In whichever case, may everything be most excellent, and may all our wishes be accomplished. The sole source giving rise to well-being and happiness, may the Dhamma remain for a long time. Great beings who hold this Dhamma, may our lives be long and firm. By the sound of this great Dhamma drum, may the sufferings of all sentient beings come to an end. By this inconceivable good fortune, may these teachings be established and remain. Through the blessings of the three Jews, the energy and power of the waxing virtues, dearest root Lama who holds the victorious teachings, may your life be long and may your enlightened activities increase. To the Lama, I pray that you have excellent health. I pray that you have a supremely long life. I pray that your enlightened activities flourish. Bless me to never be separated from you. In all my lives, may I never be separated from my precious Lama. May I always enjoy the practice of the precious Dhamma, and after completing all the qualities of the grounds and path, may I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. Lord of all the manifold mandalas, pervasive sovereign of all families, Vajradhara, may the lotus feet of you, the authentic root Lama, remain steadfast for a long time. With faith in the separability of the Lama and Kalachakra, by the power of the virtues of going for refuge and making supplications, may I become a child of the Kalki kings of Shambhala and bring magnificent benefit to the teachings and sentient beings. By the virtues of these accumulated merits, when I and others pass away in these and all future lives, may I excellently care for the authentic Dhamma, and may I be in harmony by whichever adversities arise. by the pristine virtues of both ordinary and noble beings, until the end of time may we attain the peak of the Buddha's teachings. May we thoroughly increase the benefit and well-being of all beings, and may we enjoy the magnificent states of the teachings and protect everyone. The great pioneer of the middle way of definitive meaning is Dharma King of Junnan, Dopapa Sharp Garsen. The learned and accomplished ones who hold his lineage in general are many, but in particular the master of the sacred doctrine is the liberating protector, Tarnata. May thy teachings blaze for a long time. This place itself a pure realm. The sky above is in a sphere of rainbow light. On top of a lotus and moon disk abides the Lama Avalokiteshvara. Under fire by stains, body white in color, his crown ornamented by the perfect Buddhas, looking on beings with the eyes of compassion, I pray to you, Avalokiteshvara. Through the profound aspirations of the bodhisattva kings of Shambhala, may you manifest the glory of the second golden age in this world. May all of us, Dharma brothers and sisters, come to enjoy the good fortune of our courage and commitment. Long life prayer for Khentrul Rinpoche. Great mind of life and wisdom, the most excellent treasury, inexhaustible activities born from the God of gods, richness of Vajra gentleness with supreme aspirations, I pay homage to the protected one with this name, with immeasurable mind even more vast than space, advice uncontaminated and distinct like a clear drop. Dearest friend who plays in inconceivable ocean, I pray to the treasure of perfect well-being and bliss. Precious gem of the enduring bliss of all beings, appear in the form of a universal monarch. May your life remain steadfast as the unchanging supreme. May your activities be accomplished with the speed of the five lights.
Thank you.